Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people. Hey Fitheads, and welcome to the first in-person episode in over a year.
First annual.
Yeah, we'll wait another year and then do it again.
First annual episode, real life episode. It's very exciting. Thank you for having me over.
This is great. You want to cough on each other or whatever?
I was at the bar the other day, flex.
Ooh.
And this girl, it was bizarre because it was like a classic bar night. I went to the bar, I got a Mai Tai, like you do, and some drunk girl fell into our table. She was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm drunk. Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, "Is this real life? Are we back to real, regular life again?" It's bonkers. So then, long story long, I go, "What are you drinking?" And she goes, "Scorpion bowls." And she points at the thing, and it's a big scorpion bowl with 50 straws popping out.
We just talked about that.
And I'm like, that was a literal joke I made about like the end of the pandemic or whatever, end of quarantine. And you're doing it. You're really doing it.
There you are.
And that was that. I chugged my Mai Tai, left immediately. I was very socially awkward, socially uncomfortable.
What flavor is it? Herd immunity.
Or maybe Fruity Pebbles. I don't know. It's so good.
Fruity Pebbles. Oh, hey, cheers. I opened another one for you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you didn't catch... Oh, it might not be up yet. What we're doing here.
This is a time warp.
Yeah, it's crazy. We just shot a video where we tasted CBD beer for the first time, and we're seeing the effects of it. Now...
Well, back up.
Yes.
Shout out to Dr. Paul.
Ooh, Dr. Paul Lowe.
Who we had on the episode, on the podcast a
Quite a while
episodes ago.
Yeah.
CBD expert,
chiropractor.
Cryo.
And now a freaking scientist who somehow got CBD, an oil substance, to work inside a beer.
Yeah, so he was like, "Hey, also I'm working on a side project." At the end of that episode, he hit us with this, spoilers. Well, no, it's not a spoiler for because it's an old episode.
Yeah.
He hit us with a total fastball, curveball, whatever you want to call it, and he was like, "I'm developing CBD beer."
And I was like, "I'll believe it when I see it. I believe it! Here it is! This is awesome."
Fast forward, we are getting drunk.
Well, relax.
We are
recovering.
Testing, scientifically testing. We're
also,
taste testing.
If you want to know what we think of it, go watch that other video because it's unclear how good it is right now.
Because she just cracked another one.
Okay.
I never would have thought of it. I mean, what a world, I remember, not to get too apolitical here, but, people were going to jail for selling weed when we were just a young warthog, you know what I mean? And now people are developing CBD beers. It's cool. It's
and
pretty wild.
they're doctors, and
they're
we're
legit.
doing this on the internet publicly, so cool.
Doors wide open if any cops want to swing by and
arrest our high selves. We're not high. CBD is not
as seeds. So what Paul told us about CBD was it has 1 million benefits and 0 drawbacks. Most of the benefits are everything you can think of. Right?
Yeah. I forgot about the fact that there's 0 drawbacks. You can't overdose.
Yeah.
Their side effects are nothing. The side effects are feeling even better than you expected, I guess.
It's not even expensive. There wasn't anything because we threw a bunch of hardball questions at him and he was like, "No, it's fine. No, that's fine. Yeah, we're good with that. No, it's good for that too. Good for this. Oh, you're nauseous? Great. It's great for nausea."
Oh, yeah.
Everything I could think of.
And he's seen results with his patients.
Yeah. So this
is
pretty cool.
Yeah, so I can see why he's passionate about bringing CBD to the masses and also
I can't stop playing with this spine. This is so
cute.
Freaking cool.
I can't wait to get chillier so I can wear a sweatshirt.
So, are you sure one of those? Never mind.
What?
What are the sizes on the black one now?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Triple XL. That's you, right? You're 9 feet tall.
What? Yes.
400 pounds.
This is our first tipsy episode. Questionable. It might be a drunk episode, depending upon how far I decide to go.
It's a science episode. We've done a lot of science drunk videos.
Yeah.
It's very clever of you to
We haven't-
incorporate science into all these drinking videos that are clearly like, hey Max, want to come over and drink a bunch of beers? I don't know. Oh, it's for a video where we're going to test out this thing and this thing. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, if it's for science, yeah,
Yes.
it's for helping people. Yeah.
For the longest time, that was like one of my most successful videos too. The one where we Brita filtered. Ooh, the skunk one
that was a
fun,
great
too.
one.
Yeah.
To Clamato juice. That was the horrible.
I do want to get to the actual subject that we wanted to discuss, but let's just dive into that. Remember when it got ripped off? I don't think we've ever talked publicly about this. The bitter.
Oh yeah.
The
Wait, the
Brita
Brita
filtering.
filter. Bitter. Why do you think bitter?
Why did I say bitter? I don't know. I'm not bitter about it or anything. Okay, so we did this fire video concept, and it did really well for my channel, which is still not really well for certain.
Well, but no, it was a good video. It did really well. Spags is a great idea.
Thank you. You
We
were
Brited
charming, just crushed.
Spags brought over about 35 different types of drinks, like a bunch of beers, a bunch of vodkas, like juices, and I feel like, I don't know, some weird stuff like oatmeal maybe, or
Yeah,
I don't know, like weird stuff that shouldn't go through a Brita. And then we Brited it all. Why did you? Oh, because it was the vodka. That was it. It was that urban legend. That
Yeah,
if you,
then it was like you can make great vodka if you filter it. But then also
50 times.
you paid so much money for the filter, like why don't you just buy.
And the time that
Good.
you committed
Yeah.
to filter it.
Yeah. Anyway, we did it to a bunch of stuff. Video did really well, but there's another channel that is way more wildly successful than either of us combined, and they did the exact same thing. And now I get people commenting on that video that we stole their idea.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you check the dates,
Yeah.
we stole their idea and did it 3 years before they did it. So
Ah!
not only did we steal that idea, but we also invented time travel. Yeah. Who was it?
You don't know?
Oh yeah, I hate those guys.
Don't put that in.
Ah,
Oh, wait, I'm the one
such
editing this.
dorks. It was a great video. It sucks that it was clearly stolen and that
It's
we
really
get
common
hate for that.
to
stuff.
happen, honestly.
But now it's so common, it's insane.
Well, TikTok promotes like using
TikTok
other
does
people's
that
ideas.
now. But even before that, remember I sent you that couples sleeping positions video I did?
I'm still livid about it. I'll wake up in the middle of the night being like, oh, screw that guy!
It's unbelievable.
You want to name him? Go ahead.
I don't remember his name because
Oh,
he's such a
he
dork.
sucks that badly.
He's a Facebook guy and he's got a girlfriend. I know that really narrows it down, Max. Jeez Louise.
Wow. Is it you? Did you steal your own
He's
video?
got black hair and tattoos, and
Okay.
he lives in Massachusetts. I actually know where he lives, so watch yourself. I can't remember his name. Anyway, I did a video and he did it shot for shot, the same thing.
Ridiculous. Like if you play it at the same time, they cut at the same
Doing the same
jokes,
thing,
pacing.
we're facing the same way. It's bizarre. Anyway, so I messaged him and he was like, yeah man, I just took your idea and like ran with it. And I'm like, no you didn't, dude. You just did the same thing. That's not like being inspired by my video. That's like stealing my video.
Yeah.
So pissed about it. Blah blah blah. Forgot about it. Checked the video like a year later. It has like 50 million views on Facebook or something like that. Like it's like his biggest video by far. You know, like cool.
This is a sign you should be a writer. You can write for my channel.
Sure. I got this great idea for a Brita filter.
You stole that from Rhett and Link.
Anyway.
Alright, so what we're supposed to focus on today is recovery. What do you do for recovery? Because I know we ask so many other people all of their advice on the subtleties of how to come back from working out and stress and sleeping poorly.
Well, it's also cool because not only is it now, I feel like it's like a new, people are like excited about it.
Recovery is the new working out.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you tried recovering? Just like back in the age when have you tried working out?
Yeah, have you tried jazzercise? But we also, there's a bunch of trackers to help you track how well you're recovering.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of devices to help you recover. CBD beer, or 8 Sleep mattress, all this different stuff.
Techniques I didn't even think about. I thought meditation was just I don't know, but some sort of spiritual thing to help you reach a higher
mental plan,
sure. Like a religious kind of thing, not necessarily something physical.
But a lot of studies have shown that it's really, really important, or it really helps get you back to crushing weights again, which is.
But we're here to talk about is what actually you do and what works for you. Ooh, we can talk about what doesn't also.
Okay.
I'd like to discuss that.
So it's kind of a weird thing. So I guess what I'm saying is now that it's like the cool new thing, I hadn't thought about it before this year.
No,
maybe,
I know.
you
And I
know?
also recognized how bad I am at it. Holy
Yes.
crap. It is day
for
3
sure.
after a leg day, and I still am like kind of having trouble sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
That's not recovering.
What we used to do was limp.
Yeah.
Just limp for days and days. I remember my strength. I worked out with the MIT strength coach for a long time. Was big on like eating meat. That was like his favorite thing. He was like, "This is what you do to recover: roast beef sandwich." I'm like, okay. So remember one time I came into the gym and he's just facing this roast beef sandwich. It's like as big as my arm. It's like,
It's the same as meditation.
it's disgusting. And I'm like, hey, Steve, what are you doing? And he goes, getting stronger. It was disgusting. It was like a raccoon or like a, you know what I mean? Like it's some sort of disgusting animal. I just remember that just now.
So are you on the roast beef train?
So I was on the roast beef train. I was on the like don't do anything train. I was on the like crush
We should talk
weights,
about that.
drink a bunch of beers, stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning, get up at 6, go to work. You know what I mean?
I just
the
did
nothing.
that, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, okay. I used to not even eat after a workout. I've at least just figured out that I can eat post workout.
Yeah,
But it was also because I was doing stuff like running, where I would run and not be hungry.
that's
And
true.
that's different than like ripping your muscles up and then needing to recover after. So I did start having protein.
Protein after a workout is
But
one of the biggest ones.
What I've just learned is it's not just protein, it's protein carbs.
Oh,
And by
really?
just learned, I mean like maybe a couple years ago I started adding carbs and protein. And it's like 2-to-1 ratio too. You should have like, for every 25 grams of carbs, you should have 50, or 25 grams of protein, you should have 50 grams of carbs.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard between 1 and 1 to 1 to 2, like it's a lot more carbs than you think. I wasn't having any, so I know.
Yeah, I used to not have any either because wrestling would work out and then the whole season was you work out as hard as you possibly can and you just don't ever eat. So you sort of trained yourself not to need to eat right. Like I would get sick if I ate before a workout. I would get sick if I ate after workout. You know, it was very sort of.
I wonder if you were going into ketosis, like.
Oh, maybe.
We got a visitor. Is this the dog?
Come
Come on in, sir. This is what happens when you do it in person.
Hi, buddy.
Do you want to get high?
This thing is not stable.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Watch your little schnoz.
Move. Okay. Hi. He's very excited to see you.
I know. I feel so
Okay.
blessed.
He hasn't seen any people in a really long time, so.
Hello, dog.
It's another human is very, very awesome for him. Okay, yeah, so I'm wondering if, like, your body was, like, learned how to burn fat as fuel. Like, you may have even...
Maybe. I mean, I felt terrible. And that's what keto does to you, I assume.
Yeah.
And I don't remember my breath. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was I making out with anyone? Yeah, I think I was making out with people about the same clip as normal.
He's done with us. Got it.
Well, it's good to see you, pal.
Yeah.
Special guest on the episode.
What do you do for recovery? He shakes a lot. I think that's a part of his recovery. Like when he gets nervous.
I pee in the bushes.
Okay. So food intake. What about like supplements?
So let's get to now. What I do is I actually do drink protein shakes, and I usually try to drink one after I work out. Or, that's like my plan A. Plan A is to drink one after I work out. Or, typically, I'll forget, or I'll be too rushed, or I'll still feel kind of sick to my stomach. So now what I do is I literally just drink a protein shake in the morning just to make sure that I get protein at all, you know? Because then, if I want another one, great. But at least I had that first one in the morning before I could even like get distracted, or not distracted, but like get sidetracked or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has helped quite a bit.
It's made a difference.
Yeah, because I was sort of falling into that trap of like, oh yeah, I want to have protein, but it's way better to have it at this time under this circumstance.
Yeah,
but
and
then
make
I don't
sure that
do
it's
the first thing and
blended chicken.
Right. Exactly. So now I'm sort of like, just whatever, just make sure you get 25, 35, 40 grams of protein at least in the morning, because then the rest of your day, at least you're in like a better position to do that.
Sounds like a lot like the people that are like, I just wake up and get my workout done, so my whole day is a win.
Yeah.
And I hate those people.
Losers. I've been doing that too, actually.
Screw you.
Absolutely ridiculous. And I feel so stupid. And I feel weak doing it. I don't feel particularly strong first thing in the morning.
Really? It's not my thing, but...
I mean, I don't have, like, numerically the same sort of way to test it as you do. Fancy. Mm-hmm. But I can tell, you know, like, wow, that... I can get 20 of this, and it feels way better. I can get to 25, and you know what I mean? I can sort of have a general idea. I feel a little bit weaker in the morning. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And actually, that brings me back to when we were talking to Jeff at Ryze Science, and where he was like talking about peaks and dips. And it turns out I love working out at my evening peak, and I didn't realize that's what it was, but I just feel better then, and so I take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think that it is really important to catch. It's weird to have all these sort of different things flying in, you know. Like I'm like, oh, I didn't sleep well. Well, better check 8 sleep. Or you know, like this is what's my energy window. Oh, better check Ryze. Or like, oh, what's going on over there? My joints are all messed up. Maybe I gotta do this. Or
recovery.
Need some more. Maybe I need some tummy patches. Whatever they're called.
Oh yeah.
So
that's coming up next. By the way, our next episode is a sleep tracker. That is very similar to going to a sleep lab, but you can do it at home, so stay tuned. That's really cool.
It's really cool. So recovery, I eat a little bit of a protein. I eat a little bit of protein first thing in the morning, but I also feel like that sort of helps because I'm getting the protein no matter what.
Yeah, right.
So
any effort in the right direction is better than like not.
Right. So
if you get too bogged down in like doing it perfectly right, you're just not gonna get that protein. So just you can have it whenever. But I do like having it after a workout. Actually, I used to drink not a protein shake, a gainer shake. So this is like
what is a gainer shake?
This is like the thing that Stanimal drinks.
So gross.
It's like a protein shake with twice the amount of carbs on top. So it's not gross at all. Actually, it tastes like a chocolate milkshake or whatever flavor you get, and I started drinking those because I was like, oh, I need to recover. I finally figured out that I need to eat.
Stanimal.
Yeah, right?
End of story.
Well, I just go to McDonald's.
Whatever he does, let's just do that. 1/10 of that.
I pre-exhaust my upper chest and then go to McDonald's. That's like...
Also, I speak 3 languages, so yeah.
Oh, check out my adorable dog.
So cool.
That episode was like a year and a half ago, and we still remember every word of
I
it.
know, she's the man. That was so funny.
Man, that was cool. We gotta have him back. We should bring him back to the gym.
I think he's in Chicago now.
Of course he is. He's doing something incredibly epic. Probably hosting his own classic, the Stanimal Classic.
Stan class.
Anyway, I started doing gainer shakes because I was like, okay, I need fuel to my muscles as fast as possible. I just wrecked myself. And then I started doing levels.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, it was too fast. Because my blood sugar would spike like crazy, and I even talked to the people there personally, like they were so awesome. They still are, like giving me insights, and the fact that I was spiking that high is like completely not necessary. I mean, maybe at Stanimal's level, he really wants a bunch of insulin all at once to like...
So the gainer shake is just a regular shake with double carbs, and then when you were... Did you try like taking it at different times, or were you only doing it?
It was right after my workout, so I know that I'm like really insulin sensitive. Like my muscles are depleted, so it would go into my muscles, and it was still like a big jump. So I just replaced it with whole food, which is weird because I can go back to a video that I have made before even doing that said you should have whole food over a shake.
Also, Stan told us that specifically.
Own advice, yeah. Well.
So long story long, whatever he does.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We'll just figure out whatever's right. He told us to do that in some particular way.
We had to figure it out ourselves. But yeah, now after workout, it's also easier because I'm not driving home from a gym. I'm walking upstairs and going to get Greek yogurt. You saw me eating it when you showed up today.
Yeah.
So I just worked out, ate some Greek yogurt, and then I guess this is my other half, two halves carbs.
Fair.
Yeah.
Greek yogurt fits into your macros, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely does. Although, I don't know, I've been questioning lately because people are like, dairy will screw you. Don't. And I'm wondering, like, is it one of those videos where I made, like, I took I took dairy out of my diet and look what happened. And then like, it's a before that
A
I
third
look like
arm.
this. Next one is me as Stanimal with a third arm.
A fourth arm. They're like, fourth?
Well, stop having milk.
Fortunately, for me, it's not a big loss because I don't love milk. I don't
just
love
had a
yogurt,
pizza today. I
don't love
heard
ice
you
cream.
say that.
I just had a full pizza, so I do eat cheese pizzas, but I don't like cheese. Like I don't like a block of cheese the way some people literally do like eating a full block.
Are
of
we
cheese.
calling out your girlfriend at this moment? Or?
Yeah, her name is Brittany. She eats cheese like a.
Like a Britney.
Yeah, I was gonna say what eats a lot of cheese?
A
Not
mouse?
cows.
What?
Mouse? Yeah, well, yeah. She's about the size of a mouse.
Yeah,
Anyway,
how's
whatever.
that possible?
Some people like cheese a lot.
Uh-huh.
I don't like cheese a lot. I don't love dairy, I guess is what I was trying to
Got
say
it.
before. So,
I do love the macro ratio of Greek yogurt. That's the
but
only
the
reason.
more I think about it, or the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, I wonder if dairy, like so many jacked, shredded, perfect people have said like, man, when I cut dairy out,
Yeah.
game changer.
I know.
And look at these. I'm like, what is that? An 18 pack? I didn't even know that came in that. Is that a 30?
Apparently you had one, but you were too busy eating cheese. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. That's why I was like questioning the fact that that really is my recovery now. It was like that I go upstairs and have a serving of Greek yogurt. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of protein.
It's a lot of protein. I mean, there's other stuff on top of it. I basically eat my whole meal, you know that.
Yeah.
But like the opening is Greek yogurt. I just know I get that in while I'm cooking, actually.
Wow, smart.
Cooking. While I'm putting other things in the microwave.
While I'm heating up individual ingredients.
It's a separate tray. I should get one of those lunch trays so I can keep them all. Anyway, I said supplements. We're still talking about food. Do you use any supplements?
No, it's just the
None.
protein.
None.
Transparent Labs send me, shout out Transparent Labs, they sent me a ton of stuff when I was in their commercial. And then they kept sending me stuff, I assume because I was still in their commercial. It
You're
crushed
yeah.
on Facebook.
You're now their before photo. They really want to show that they work.
Yeah. So they sent me some greens, which I'm not really sure ever did anything. Those aquatic greens.
No, you know what they do is they give you content to post about on Instagram.
That's what
Look
it
at
felt
my
like, for
morning
sure.
greens. Shout out to
Um,
Patrick Frost because I see him doing that all the time.
All the time. But he's shredded too. He's a great
Is
kid.
this just a recap episode where we talk
We're
about
just-
everyone
I
we've
guess we're
met?
just gushing over everyone that we've met.
Love it.
So Transparent Labs sent me a bunch of stuff, and then, wow, they stopped sending me stuff. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's because they changed ownership, and the new owner was like, "Who are you? Why are
That's
you
fair.
DMing my Instagram account?"
Sometimes that's a good thing if you
Yeah.
owe somebody something and you haven't made the video yet, and it's like, oh, new
Whoops.
marketer. Oh well. I don't know the history of our
Yeah.
friendship.
Of me not doing it. So anyway, they sent me. So I used to do a bunch of protein. Then I was doing the greens. And then I was doing what is that other one that's not protein?
Oh, BCAAs.
BCAAs.
Or EAAs.
Yeah,
It's either
so I
branched
was
chain
doing-
amino acids or essential amino acids.
I was doing branch.
I did both of those today.
And I'd
Oh,
never
look at
noticed
that.
any sort of difference.
Okay, this is an ongoing theme with supplements. I want to say this now. I'm going to assert that. Every supplement company will tell you otherwise. Stanimal will probably even tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know, his supplement is McDonald's fries. But, okay, there's this pyramid of things that, effectiveness, right? And at the bottom is diet. Like, get your diet right. And then, like, right above that is working out. And then, like, right above that, the top little triangle of effectiveness is supplements.
Right.
And so if you start doing supplements before you have diet and workout right, then it doesn't matter. And actually, if you have diet and workout right, then supplements is still that tiny little triangle. And I have yet to take a supplement and go,
Yeah.
wow, look at these effects.
Except for maybe pre-workout.
CBD beer.
Well, CBD beer. We don't know. We're just doing it.
What? Really? Because I'm having a great time. Am I supposed to be relaxed? I am.
Pre-workout, though, it does what it is meant to do a lot.
Yeah,
Do you
but
know
so
what I
does
mean?
coffee.
That's true. That's true.
I think caffeine, yeah, okay. I would call that, yeah, it's a drug. I would call it a drug, not a supplement.
Yeah, not a supplement. I was gonna
Honestly.
say. You're right.
It's, yeah. I mean, I also treat it like a drug. I will measure it meticulously and
Yeah.
not get too addicted because then I won't feel the effects. I
You know
don't
what always
want...
pissed me off about the pyramid, too, is that even the food pyramid, which is now totally
Please don't
off,
listen
wrong,
to the food
but
pyramid.
the bottom of the pyramid in my brain is not the most important. Do you know what I mean? If I'm looking at a pyramid, I'm like, look at all those schlubs down here. I'm like, whoa, who's at the top?
Oh yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but really, so it should
Salt
be
and
like
fats.
yeah.
That's where I want to be.
Delish.
That's funny. You just like visually, emotionally, a pyramid is not a good
Right. Like it's
graphic
cool.
design tool.
It's cool. Like the foundation of a house is cool, but nobody wants to live
Yeah,
in the basement.
you know,
Everyone wants to
in the
live in the penthouse.
Penthouse.
Attic.
Yeah, sorry.
Live in the attic.
Where the bats are.
I lived in the attic in my parents' house growing up. It was hot. A lot of insulation. Just hot.
And now you have asbestos poisoning. Sorry.
Yeah. Now I am impervious to asbestos because I ate it all and I'm still here. Still kicking.
Recovery tool.
So no supplements.
Can I say that we both sleep a lot more now because of this podcast?
I
hope that you do too.
I am so conscious of my sleep.
I'm sleeping the crap out of my life.
And if I'm missing my melatonin or my is it melatonin?
Melatonin window?
My melatonin window. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta run around, do a bunch of stuff, and get to bed. You know, like,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
but
the
like
worst thing I can do.
calmly run around
Yeah.
and do my routine. Wait, okay. Melatonin window is from Ryze Science again. We just mentioned them. There's an app that tells us like kind of when you should be winding down. Although Oura Ring does that for me too, and so does Apple. Honestly, you can set it like not just your watch, but just the sleep app on Apple will tell you like you can schedule a like wind down, right?
Yeah.
And it's more like picking your own, but whatever. Pick the time and then stick to it, and sounds like that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't do this, okay?
It's weird that we've tested all these apps and all these new companies and all this stuff, and that we kind of might have had one on our phone already.
Yeah,
that we just,
that too.
Totally forgot about.
Well, and another part of it is like we have all these apps like telling us this is how you feel, this is where you are in recovery, this is what today should be, when you just need to step back and be like, how do I feel? Like,
Or
you have the supercomputer telling you, like, subtly what to do.
I need a little bloop bloop
Yeah,
on
right?
my man-made supercomputer.
And I know today I pushed it too hard on my cleans, and I'm going based on all my data, like, oh, I probably could go harder, but like, this supercomputer is saying like, no, just like don't go any
chill.
harder. You're gonna suck even more tomorrow. Like, what are you doing? Which I hope this is probably the best thing they're gonna get out of this podcast is like, don't listen more to yourself than.
Listen more to yourself, and like you should be able to you should get the cues, like figure out a cue that's like not the cue that's like, oh, I'm tired, I should, you know what I mean, like sometimes you're working out and you have to push through being tired.
Right. Yes, that's true.
But listen to the cues that are like, hey dude, you're done for today, like please by all means keep going tomorrow, but today is good, you've done quite a bit, you know, you have a good streak going, blah blah blah.
Maybe 3 days ago you tweaked your back and it's only going to get worse if you keep cleaning, and that is a very specific example that I did today. And I guess, it should be like, I'm still pro all of these things. It's just make sure you step back and go, what is my machine also saying? And what I really like about Ryze is that you can set an alert. I don't know if you put this on your app, but 90 minutes after I wake up, it goes, hey, how are you feeling? How about you rate how you're feeling with like frowny face all the way up to smiley face? And that I've never seen that in an app where it's like, I'm not going to tell you. You tell me, and then we'll keep track of it, and then you can see that correlation, which is really cool.
Smart.
That and Cutback Coach, they too were like, hey,
how are you feeling?
Yeah, you're a beer number 3.
Are you hammered?
Do you need another one? Right. Which, by the way, I should text him.
Yeah. Hammered.
Hammered. Well, personally text Nick from Cutback Coach.
Just a picture of my junk.
He's in a board meeting.
He's like, he's hammered.
And he texts back, do you need another one?
Glass of water.
Gosh darn it, we got the dog again. All right, come here.
Come on in, pal.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, pal.
Steal the show. All right.
I will say one thing that I actually do, which I hadn't
Meditation
done.
for a full freaking year.
Yeah, I sort of gave up on that. But I had never done this or made a serious effort to, and now in the past 6 months, a year, whatever, I like a lot and I find it to be very effective. The old foam roller.
Ooh, that's actually what I was going to ask. Do you massage or whatever? Really? Foam roller?
I never liked
Oh,
massages
God.
ever because we would get athletic trainer massages, not like
No, they were
cool
trying
spa massages.
That's like Oren the dentist from Little Shop of Horrors, where he just enjoys hurting you.
Yeah.
He has like a
They'd find
weird
that
fetish.
knot, throw
Yeah.
an elbow into it, like push their elbow with their other arm, and you're like, ah, great.
And they're like, no, just breathe. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, I'm pretty sure that's a rib. That's not a. Okay, yep, whatever, do it. So I never liked massages. Obviously now I'm a human being. I like massages. I'm not a psycho.
Well,
but-
no. I consider myself a psycho. If I go to a massage and it doesn't feel like that, I'm like, what a waste. I don't know. I just feel like if it isn't like on the edge of intolerable, then it could have been better. It could have been more effective. But
Well,
also,
but that's
I don't
nice
even
for
believe that.
fitness. I think other people go to massage for relax. What? You're licking my leg, dude.
He just hit this tripod. No.
Careful.
Dangerous.
This is dangerous.
Excuse me, sir.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Ugh.
So I do, but now.
What do you
when
foam roll?
I have a knot in my whatever, and I foam roll it, and it's gone.
It's a podcast. You have time. Tell us what your whatever is.
Back, leg, calf a lot. My calf is usually pretty bad.
Really? And
Sometimes-
you think it helps?
Sometimes if I sleep funny, like I'll have a knot in my mid back a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's messed up? You can get better at foam rolling. This is how I know I should be doing it. Is that like you foam roll your
it's a
IT
game. It's a
band.
video game that
Yeah.
I need to get better at.
Because it sucks so bad, and then it sucks slightly less badly.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that should be an adverb, not an adjective. Look,
Right.
CB is working.
Moron.
It's like it sucks slightly less badly on the second time you do it, which means that like something is working,
For sure.
which is very different than. I think I have it. I think I have something on here. No. Come on. I don't know where I would have put it. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Oh wait, there are a couple things.
Spines.
This one's not recovery. This is BFR, blood flow restriction. You ever done it? That's a
No.
different episode.
Ugh.
You've never done it. You don't even know what it is.
I have no idea what it is.
I did this on my channel. It was actually really interesting. It's cuffs that like cut off your blood so that like
Oh.
lifting is even harder. Not recovery. That's the opposite of recovery. That's like breaking down your muscles as quickly and painfully as possible. This
The gun. Yeah.
is supposedly put in the same category as foam rolling.
It's supposed to replace the foam roller, but
For some
I don't think
reason-
it works as well.
I know.
Sorry,
I hoped. What are they called? Theragun is not watching this.
Well, Theragun could be the best gun.
This is the no question
Yeah.
the best gun, and I've
So-
done a review of pretty much all of them. You can find that on this channel too. And if you're gonna get one, get a Theragun. They also have a mini, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But so what I also heard is what I'm doing wrong is that you should use it right after your workout, and I always use it. I had been using it the next day when I'm sore already.
Well, maybe that's a big difference then. I wonder if that's I don't foam roll after I work out, and now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should. Although, I mean, I don't
That's
know.
when you're the loosest. Okay, so also what I've learned is it's not that it'll stop you from being sore. It's that it sort of shuts off the pain, so then you can get more blood flow and stretch it out and like get through all that and loosen yourself up.
Is this Theragun or foam roller or both?
Theragun, also cupping, also TENS, also like stim, any of that is not
TENS?
about TNS.
Oh
Not sure what it stands for. What's the acronym?
no, I don't know what time.
I don't know. I've also done that on this channel, but I forget that we're also on Apple Podcasts. This is an audio podcast too.
First of all, if you're on the treadmill right now, shout out to you. You're doing great. If you're driving,
Love it.
keep your eyes on the road.
Mm-hmm. If you're my mom, hello. In 2023, you finally got to this episode. But yeah, all of those kind of recovery devices that are similar to this are to shut off the pain sensors so that you can be more mobile and stretch through it and recover. This isn't the recovery thing. It just sort of stops the pain so you can recover.
You need to pair this with stretching after.
Yeah. And that's kind of what Mesa was saying when she was like, well, I do cupping, but it's not going to solve your...
Yeah.
I won't solve your pain problem. I'll just cut out the pain for a bit. I don't know. But I would call this one where I stuck to it for a while, but didn't see a difference.
I had never even thought of foam rolling before this year. I mean, I've seen it obviously classically, but it never even occurred to me to try it. And then what's crazy too is that I'll have a knot, and it's like a rolling pin, and it's only like 3 rolls or 4 rolls.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
You don't even have to sit on it. You just roll over it.
I roll over it hard, like it hurts, and it's tough to breath, and it really hurts.
But you relax into it too. See, that's what's hard because
and it just
makes you want to flex.
Just crunches whatever's in there.
What? Crunch. I will say, this is good for warming up. Like I can tell that it brings blood to the muscle that I'm about to hit, whether I'm like hitting my quad and then going to squat. So it's nice for that kind of thing, before the workout. Not necessarily recovery, so that's a different conversation.
There's a thinner roller too. I wonder if that's sort of similar. Have you seen that one?
Runners use that a lot.
Yeah, before.
And it has like a spinny thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just took a dump on running too.
Well, that's stupid. It is stupid.
Unless you like it.
Unless the cops are chasing you.
Yeah.
Unless there's an axe murderer.
They found out you're drinking a Schedule 1 drug inside of alcohol.
Can't be doing that.
I will say another one that hasn't worked for me. Tart cherry juice.
Oh, yeah.
And I read a study about this that said, it really has an effect. Although, I only did the pills. Something about bringing myself to drink cherry juice. No, I don't know. You got a UTI?
There's another one. There's another, pomegranate, beet juice? Something like
another
beet bright
juice.
red
That was another
juice.
one. I mean, I don't know. Unless
you gotta do it.
A beet juice wants to sponsor this podcast.
Well, but also it's one of those things where it's like, well, maybe how many of these things don't work, and how many of these things do work, and how many things work, but only if you do it every single day for 8 years at the same time every morning, and then don't change your workouts.
Another option.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
How many of these things are a placebo? Or how many of these things are working, and it's so subtle you wouldn't recognize, or when you stop, then you realize you needed it.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Which that was kind of, for me, Apollo Neuro, which is another device that I reviewed, and I was like, whoa, I love this. It helps me recover. It feels awesome. It's this haptic thing. Have you heard of it? You wear it on your ankle or your arm, and it I don't know, it feels like buzzing, but I call it
buzzing all the time?
Yeah, no, it sort of pulses in and out. It feels like waves of
cool. Well, that's cool.
It's really strange. I don't know how to categorize it. I should probably do a better job of it. I'm sure they have it on their website, but it really is they're tapping into the sense of touch to calm you down. Almost I call it a robotic hug. Yeah. It's really weird, but it felt as soon as I put it on, it felt like whoa. And then I used it for a long time. I'm like, this is helping me recover. And then I got out of the habit of actually using it. And I was like, well, it probably wasn't doing anything. Okay, whatever. But my numbers were declining on Whoop. I really saw.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So
it actually had effect. And so I'm like, okay, I should probably get back in the habit.
There's an trackable effect that
Yeah, it's kind of nutso. And it is still a hurdle. I haven't made the habit. So that I have every night I have to is it charged? Did I put it on right after my workout? And then am I using the right length of time? And but that one was interesting because it wasn't until I stopped doing it that I realized that it really truly was doing something.
Yeah. Well, get back into it. How long does the battery last? A day?
Yeah, it's better than a watch, right? It's better than a phone where you charge it every night, but whatever. I'm complaining about. Oh my god, it's so hard to keep a thing.
Also,
charged.
You charge everything all the time.
What the heck?
Also, you wear 19 chargeable things.
Okay, and I sleep on one too. At least you don't have to charge the bed. That's nice.
Well, you're always charging the bed. It's plugged in.
This is another one I want to talk about because we talked about sleep.
Yeah.
I now sleep at -8. This is news.
-8?
To you.
Holy moly!
And my co-star. Yeah.
I just got up to -5.
Wow.
And I sleep hot. That was the whole point of the bed. I sleep hot.
Yeah, I was like heating myself when I first started using the bed. I was like,
you were
what
on
the heck
plus?
is this? Yeah.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, let me get nice and toasty. That's what this is for, right? It's like
It's an
an
electric
blanket,
yeah.
but expensive. No. I started, and this is because I did a video talking about the effects of ice baths on your metabolism and how, like, overnight you could basically have the same effect, but you're unconscious. And I was like, cool, except I'm going to wake up in the middle of space, freezing cold in a vacuum. And there's no way. But I slowly kept cranking it down, and slowly my Oura ring kept saying, you are sleeping better and better.
Whoa.
Nutso.
What
Like,
is
my
is it-
deep sleep went from like 25 minutes on a good night to like now hitting close to 2 hours.
And that's great. We don't even know if that matters, but
No,
that is
That's
great.
true. Shut up, Jeff. Wow. No, I
Now,
don't know.
are you at 8 the whole time? Because you can
So
do
I
it
go-
like different.
0 to start, so I get in and it's nice and toasty, right? Like,
Weird.
yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as I fall asleep, it drops to 8, comes back to 5.
-5.
No, 6. -6. Right. Okay. And so like on scale, it's a scale of 0 to -10, right?
No, it's 0 to -10 to +10.
Right. So, you could
-10
go all the
is
way
super
up to
cold, and then 0 is neutral, and then +10
having a
is
fever.
hot. Yeah. So like Brittany, like a lot of times what they have with couples is like one person will sleep hot, and so they want the bed to cool them down, and the other person will be cold at night, and so they want the bed to warm them up or whatever.
You remember we talked to Manic Mather, and he was like, "Yeah, I go all the way down to like
Yeah.
7, 6." He was hitting your whatever, and
Yeah.
I was like, "You're insane. I don't know how you do it." He's like,
insane.
"Hey man, it's super comfortable. I sleep hot." Now, what's really funny in the app too, it's like the lower you get, it says like cold, really cold. And
Yeah.
I've now hit extremely cold.
Because it doesn't say a temperature, it
No.
just says like super cold, or like, you're a
Like,
psycho.
are you sure, Mr. Freeze from Batman 2?
Russian guy from Batman 2.
Was it? I don't know.
First
Batman
of
and Robin.
all-
Batman and Robin.
It was Batman and Robin, very
Thank you.
good. But it was also really
Very nice.
from the Batman mythos. But anyway, you're at extremely cold,
Yeah.
and then you
I don't know, should
stay.
I go further? That's
so
what I'm
you
wondering
go
about.
0, shoot down to
Down to 8.
extremely cold, and then
Up to 6 to finish off,
Uh-huh.
and back at 0 at the end.
weird. I go -4, -2, 0,
Yeah,
0.
so same kind of curve. It's just you're kind of a wuss about it. I'm fine.
Well, no, but you go 0, 8.
Oh, you're at negative.
When I get
When you
into
get
bed,
in.
I'm at -4.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
be conscious for that.
Maybe I need to like completely reshuffle how I'm approaching it.
There are times though I'll wake up in the middle of the night and we just talked about this, and I'll have to pee, and I'll be like freezing cold, and then I'll be like I'm sure I'm gonna pee frozen liquid, and then I get back to bed and I'm like there's no way I'm gonna sleep. It's too cold, and I'm out. That's
Yeah.
it.
The one thing that I did really sort of get from, I forget who said it now. We've had so many admittedly excellent sleep specialists.
Yeah.
I think it was Alex who was like, temperature is the number one thing that dictates how well you sleep and how deeply.
Yeah. Alex
How
from Eat
when
Sleep.
you fall asleep, how deeply you stay asleep, or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. She said that was the number one, and I, for my money, that's what I would believe too. Other than going to bed at around the same time every night and sort of keeping a circadian rhythm in that way.
Yeah.
But I
I
think
don't know.
temperature. I think she's right. Temperature to me is the one that affects me the most.
Well, and
It's
then
bright. It's loud. Nothing hits me as hard as
really.
getting.
Do you do the glasses? I started doing this.
I
I saw
didn't
you-
like them. Brittany does them religiously.
Really?
And
Do you
so
make
then
fun of her too, you
Yeah,
jerk?
big time.
Okay.
But then a couple of times in college, my roommate had a light that was supposed to combat seasonal affective disorder, which is a disorder
Just-
when it gets
yeah,
too dark
sad.
or whatever, you get sad in the winter. So he had this light that was like the surface of the sun. So he would turn it on, it was like, you know. And so I started blindfolding myself to sleep through that light, and then on like buses and trips and
Makes a
stuff, we were
difference.
doing stuff like that. Blindfolding yourself makes a huge
Yeah.
difference, and I completely subscribe to.
I agree.
If you want to use the blindfold at night, you absolutely should.
Blackout curtains also work.
Blackout
Make your
curtains are a
own
good one.
home. for you.
Instagram
Dark.
recently just sent me a care package because I think either May or June was self-care month.
Huh.
And so one of them was a weighted.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like beans or
Okay.
it's
How's
like
it
one of
feel?
those squishy pillows. It feels stupid, and
Is
I
it
put it
scented?
on, and I'm like,
It works.
ow!
You know what I need
It
is just
works
like a
so unbelievably
like
well.
a cat pressing on my eyes all night.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I just had a company hit me up who does a eye massage machine. Yeah, think about a Theragun that you like put over your eyes, and like their example was a video online where they put it on a mannequin, so like not even on a
Right.
human.
And they're like, look how much he's enjoying it. And you're like, he's not alive. Also, it's a they, because gender neutral mannequin,
Sure.
obviously.
Dress it how you want. Yeah. I mean, it looked interesting. I don't know.
You should try it, but be very careful. I would not want to go blind from a sleep massage.
I did what I could.
mask.
Another company just hit me up. It reminded me of the light thing you were talking about. Red light therapy.
Oh,
So like
my
a wall
God,
of that.
yeah.
I've done it once, but that's another thing where like it's working out or foam rolling. You need to do it a bunch of times to see results. Or is it like supplements where you won't actually ever know? It's because it's like on a cellular level, your mitochondria is doing better and you don't ever really know. A lot of the bulletproof kind of stuff feels like that, where he's like, yes, I know the science behind this and this is why it works. Do it. And then you do, but you like there's no wow moment.
Yeah. Yeah, which I feel like you kind of need, though, don't you? Because otherwise, why would you do it? And even if it's working as much as it's working, if you don't sense that, and there's no numerical, you're not suddenly cleaning 10% more than whatever, or you know what I mean, or you can't do an extra 15 pull-ups off of something, then is it working? If it's working as
how much time is it
does?
taking? Also, I'm pro placebo effect. I don't care if you lie to me and it like I believe you, like great, and
I'll fall in love
my
with you.
body works, like whatever. That's awesome.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that, but then if you love placebo, then it's Dumbo's feather, right? Then you're placeboed up, and then you do whatever you need to do, and then you can just let go of whatever, and then suddenly you're still doing it.
Yeah,
so
how
maybe you
much
just
is
need it
mental
to.
block? Yeah, that whole negative placebo, nocebo too, really messes with me because I will get my devices being like, you're fine, or you should. I could tell you drank last night. Don't do anything. I'm like, are you sure? Because
Like, watch this.
I'm pretty sure Max would have told me to keep going. Ugh.
Just pick it up.
Oh yeah, how was your Murph? He did Murph without me.
Murph was like on a whim. I didn't really think I was gonna do it, and then
Then you remembered you cared about our troops.
Well, I cared about the troops, and here's a little weird side story. I tweeted something out that was like, "Happy Memorial Day. Tell a vet you appreciate him," or whatever.
Oh, I learned on Memorial Day you can't say happy.
Well, it's not for veterans. It's for fallen soldiers. It's for soldiers. It's remembering soldiers who have passed away on Memorial Day.
So the ones that are alive.
No, it's for the dead.
The dead ones.
Dead
Okay.
soldiers. And I was like, yeah, well, thanks, pal. I will think of those people. But you know what? There's not a lot of back and forth dialogue with those guys. So yeah, in the meantime, I will take this opportunity to sort of extend a thanks or like a how you doing to all the vets that are in my life. It felt stupid to me, but it didn't. I didn't know how to react to it. It was just kind of like, ugh, yes, okay, of course, I'm sorry.
But you know what's good? You gave that guy a podium. Like, he had somewhere to say things
true.
and feel special because of the awesomeness that you built. There he has somewhere to say something, so I don't know. I know that's like a really weird kind of dark way to look at it, but like...
It's like the dimmest silver lining I could think of. Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
You made that guy's day.
Hope so.
Or not. Yeah, you made that guy's day by being what he could be mad at.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It was so snooty, too. It was like, just so you know. And I was picturing... now when I get sort of snooty, bad, mean comments or whatever, I just picture them going like, pushing up their glasses. I don't know why that like makes my day. They're like, well, actually, and then that's whatever their comment is. And so that my brain, that's how I picture it.
It was back when I first met you. I remember you brought up this one thing where you're like, I know that I could beat the crap out of anybody that leaves me a good comment. Like, why don't we think about that? Like, if I met them in person, I could shove them in a locker. Like, physically more capable than them. And
thanks. That sounds like a real meathead. But that is true. I could kick
true.
your ass, so it's not super bad. But plus, they wouldn't say that to you in real life. Anyway, long story long. I did Murph like sort of on a whim.
Casual. Strict pull-ups or kipping?
I didn't have a. I didn't do muscle ups. I did like my weird sort of like TRX pull-ups. So like it was they were cheating.
Oh, you were on TRX. Sure. Oh, with the thing. Oh, that counts.
But the run was tough. I didn't have a weight vest. The run was so embarrassing actually that it reminded me that maybe you should do a little cardio. I know. I just put a video out being like, screw cardio. But yes, of course. Well, okay. Cardio is different than HIIT. Yes.
No, actually, sorry. Cardio is HIIT. They're different. Steady state cardio is different than high intensity interval training. That's
absolutely true.
There we go.
It's hard to do interval training of like a mile. You know, I'm sure people could do it because there's psychos out there that like sprint a mile.
Yeah, those ultra marathoners that like.
Yeah. But for me, I was like, you know, I did a loop around my block, or I did a, you know, whatever a mile was.
Miles longer than you remember, huh?
Way longer. Holy moly.
Ew.
Googly. Yeah, I was. Ugh. And then, so the mile was tough.
How was your recovery?
Not terrible.
Wow, I was wrecked. It's embarrassing.
Not terrible. The quads is what's always so embarrassing.
That's so weird to me. Christine said that too. What? No, but pulling up and pushing 200 times. What are you doing? That's body weight. Do you never do a back squat? Like, what is... Air squats are a joke. That's the rest. Let me be clear. Air squats are the rest during Murph. That's when you catch your breath.
I think it was because...
Please tell me you back squatted the day before.
I mean, in fairness, I haven't back squatted this entire time. I sometimes grab Brittany and throw her on my shoulders and back squat. And sometimes I'll do like holds or, you know, there's workarounds to do something. But I don't have a barbell. I don't have a ton of weight lying around. And I don't have a way of like making it harder.
Split squats and you have kettlebells.
That's what I've been doing.
You've been doing
so
that.
I do 1 foot on the bench and then a split squat like that. It's incredibly hard. It's
have you noticed you're different on the two sides? It's like way easier on one or the other.
Yeah, and my balance is way worse.
It's so absurd.
It's insane. It makes no sense. But there's like, oh, you know what else I forgot the other day? You ever done a push-up lately on dumbbells? And as you're doing the push-up, you try to like push the dumbbells together.
So like a pec fly while you're doing
but the
push-ups?
dumbbells don't move because they're just sitting there.
So you're just thinking.
So you're pushing, but at the same time
right
you're pulling your hands together like this. And I find I can do like 9 of those. How many push-ups can I do? 1 million. You know what
Infinity.
I mean? So it's like, it's a weird, once you like start pushing the weirdest way, you can do weird stuff like that.
It's almost like one of your isometric things plus a push-up.
Exactly. So I figured out that one for pushing. There's a similar one with pulling, if like you do negatives or you do stuff like that. I haven't figured out that for squats or a leg thing. I guess the split squat up on the thing is a big difference.
I want to call out Patrick Frost again because he was like, I was doing heavy everything, and he's like, I was able to keep my muscle mass, my strength, my whatever throughout all of isolation. He just had, like, you saw what he was doing on Instagram. It was just like a kettlebell or two, some dumbbells, and I feel like you're probably still up there more than you think.
I hope so. I wonder if I'm just missing something like a pistol squat, for example, would be a really good one, but I'm not flexible enough. Like my leg doesn't come up.
I don't know.
You ready?
This is what we get for in person.
This is the old in person. Uh-oh.
Casual.
Nice.
You know what sucks is
nice.
I can only do it on the left side. It's like pathetic on this side.
It's embarrassing. Oh, don't fall. Do you need a hand? You good? Oh,
yeah!
Nice. Very good.
That's so funny how bad we are laterally comparatively.
It's crazy.
What's your dominant leg?
Hard to say. It was my right leg, but then I messed up my knee, and then in wrestling I would do everything sort of backwards, just because it was
The mirror. I remember you telling me this.
yeah. So it was the way I learned things was I learned everything in a mirror, and so I consequently did everything sort of backwards, which actually also was a competitive advantage because
Yeah, you were like.
people were like, "What are you
Southpaw.
doing? Why are you doing this all wonky?" I'm like, "I have no idea, but I look good," you know. And so it helped a lot. So I guess it's probably my left. I have a lot more balance, a lot more strength. around my
Interesting that
left.
you compensated.
Yeah.
Alright. I had notes. I think we covered all the things. I feel like there was.
You know what I noticed that neither of us
Stretching.
have said was stretching. That's exactly what I was going to
Oh,
say. So embarrassing
so
that
funny.
it clearly is the best. Oh, I had shower also. That was
Yeah,
the thing.
cold shower.
Yeah. weird.
That's so funny. That's the two things that we missed.
Nerd. Stretching is, as far as I can tell, the best and most important and the greatest thing you can do.
And
we
most
haven't
easily skippable thing that you can do.
we haven't mentioned it.
I know.
45 minutes in or whatever the hell it is. It's like
Well, this is a testament to the fitheads that stick around. You get all the good stuff at the end.
right. So stretching, it sounds like it's very important. I
How
wouldn't know. I'm
habitual is
incredibly
it for you?
Inflexible. Not on a whim.
Really? I thought you said that you were like really committed to it at least like 10
I
minutes
was.
a day.
I did like 6 months of it. Didn't see any improvement at all. Still hurt. My feet still like tingled when I would sit with my back against the wall and my feet out, and my legs out, and my feet would fall asleep and tingle.
That sounds like a circulation thing, not a stretch.
I don't know what it was, but it freaked me out. Now I've completely fallen out of the habit. I know I should get back into it.
Wait, do you feel worse because you've fallen out of the habit?
No, I feel bad.
Stretching is a supplement. You heard it here, folks. Don't do it. It's worthless. It's the top of the pyramid.
It's just big stretching industry, you know. They're just trying to
Just
pull
trying to
something
take
over
your money.
over. Yeah,
That Kaylee Maurer is just trying to take your money into her handstand.
it's all a scam.
Have we named everyone in every one of our episodes at this point?
Yeah, Kim nonstop. Boom, we just did it.
Done. Which, by the way, we got to get her back on. This is a shout out to her because I'm sure she's listening.
Kimbo,
Kimbo, come back on and talk about being an Apple trainer now.
an Apple star, an Apple teeny.
We know an Apple. Teeny, really?
She is. She's your size.
Mm.
She's like a half-inch taller than you.
Yeah,
Stretching's
so I
great.
stretch every night. And
Do
it
you
is
have a
religiously.
routine that
I
you do?
I do. It's not like.
How long do you
Okay.
hold each stretch?
So, I have made a video about my routine that I do before my workouts. I've since like sort of fallen off that.
Mm-hmm.
I still try and stay limber for sure before
For-
bed.
Right.
I do front split, left split, right split, left split, right split. I have a pull-up bar upstairs that just goes in the doorway.
So you just hang.
Yeah, no, I don't hang. I like use it like it's so our
Yeah,
doorway's
head
so
forward.
low that it's here, and I pull forward, and I can
Oh, nice.
like
yeah, that's a really
pull.
good one.
So like I know my overhead is good. That's actually something I
I
was
can't
working
do
on
an
for-
overhead at all. My hands are in front of me.
this is like the computer thing I'm trying to negate, which with like 2 minutes a day, I'm trying to get rid of 8 hours, 16 hours a day.
Over the last 25 years,
Yeah. But I honestly think it's made a big difference
really?
over the long term. Yeah, I would definitely be way tighter here. Like, I have zero overhead problem. But, who knows? I think, like, just the fact that I'm a woman, something about gender makes me more flexible, and you're just behind the 8 ball because you're a dude.
I know. It's my cross to bear, really.
I will
so
never do a
shitty.
full split. Do you know who does? Juji Mufu. That's a name drop someone we don't have on the podcast yet.
I know, we should DM him. He's amazing.
He can.
It's
he
funny
can
that you
split.
do it with the hands. I would, like, what I find comfortable is
Here,
putting
yeah.
my elbow in a doorway
Yeah.
or whatever.
So
And
sometimes
then
I'll do the
I
doorway.
go up.
Sometimes I'll do up.
But I like put my arm on a
Yeah.
towel or whatever, and I go up and down.
Oh, interesting.
Because
So,
I'm
yeah.
already, like, this already hurts to be here.
And if I'm in a doorbell or doorway, I'll kind of like lean into it
Yeah,
and try and like
smart.
tighten my core to like push it back. But really, it is just about opening up. You can do it. They're called air angels, and you can just do it like this without even having a doorway, and you'll feel the difference.
I have
Shoulders,
started doing the
legs,
rubber
and
bands over the heads and the
Oh, and there's another
whatevers.
thing.
I love those.
I've never told you about this. I use a sew right. Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea. She's hiding
I'm so sorry. I feel more
Fitness
distant
hacks
from
for
you.
me. It's ridiculous.
I thought we were friends. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I have a push-up secret that I'll never tell you.
What? No wonder you have pecs and I don't.
Shoot.
I'm working on it. So right, it's like this weird device that looks like that, and the 2 points go into your psoas, but it's too wide for me. Like my hips are too small, and so I use one side at a time, and I'll do this side into my psoas. That's why it's called a pso-right, and then into this side, like equally, and it's while I'm brushing my teeth. So multitasking. Yeah.
I thought you put it on the ground. You have to like.
Yeah, it's laying on the. So I'm laying on the ground with my electric toothbrush like this, and I'm counting, so I know that I'm getting my mouth correctly timed, and then switch and my hips correctly timed too. And
you don't have an electric toothbrush that tells you how long
do
you've been done? Brittany does, yeah.
Wow, is that a recovery tool?
Thanks. Well,
I can't believe that I count every night. I'm probably better at getting to 20 than you.
That's your meditation. You're doing great.
Yeah. There's another company that sent me one called the Hip Hook, which seems like a so-right on crack. And I haven't tried it yet, and they keep emailing me being like, did you make the video? And I'm like, okay,
Is it just like a meat hook
it's
that like
so, okay, so the so-right is just this thing, right?
Die?
It goes like this, and you lay on it. The hip hook.
Also, what you're doing is you're putting your thumbs together and sticking your fingers in the air for all our
audio
listeners.
Oh yeah, right. It's just
really
like a U, and it goes right into your hips. So the hip hook is like this hook, and then there's a lever that goes out here, and it's on a base where it rotates, and you can grab this lever and shove it up into. So imagine you're laying where this is going into here, and I'm pulling the thing.
You look like a mechanic.
Your face. Honestly, we are.
You know what I mean?
Just jackhammering up
like, okay.
my torso. I haven't tried it yet. Also, there's like a 500-page book that comes with it. I'm like, can I just try it, or do I need to read more?
Just give me the gist of it. Give me the spark notes for that.
But I'm a big fan, and Joe Rogan podcast. It's I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. It's a little smaller than us. Mm-hmm. But they talked about it. I think that's probably the first time that I heard of it. Bro Joe. I'm going to say it like that now. Don't do that.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. Now I'm going to mess it up.
On Bro Jogan.
And I've heard plenty of people be like, it's a miracle. And I'm like, I don't believe it. And I've been doing it like habit. Like, not even...
So what is it? How different do you feel? What do you feel differently?
I can tell even when I'm doing it that it's working. Like
working to do what?
Like releasing. There's a muscle that starts here and connects to your mid back all the way in the back, and like.
So by pressing on it, it's less tight, or like it.
Yes, it loosens it up. So the reason, like the first time I went to a physical therapist, like a massage therapist, he released it with his hands somehow. Like had me put my foot up and like push against him, and then and I was like, oh my God, like my soul came out my vagina. Like that was so built up since like my ballet history at age 2. I was like I had no idea that was wrong. And he was like, yeah, let me do the other side. And I was like, please God, don't, but I need it. And so he did that, and then I realized that was something I needed to focus on, and I went to him again, and it was like he had a schedule, and every few months, like, make sure you kept up with it. But the So-Right helps me do that without having to pay for that dude to shove his hands inside me.
It sounds like those TikTok chiropractors who are like, okay, I'm just gonna, and they like rip somebody's head off their body. That's a good one. We used to do stretches like that, but it'd be fun to play around with something.
But that's another big one, because everyone's always sitting at their computer. You think about up here, but this too. Like, never am I living fully extended out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. The stretches, the stretches that I like are lying completely flat on the ground, lying completely flat on my belly, like arms out, stuff like that.
That you had to then push up into upward dog or whatever. That's rough. It's this whole thing.
We used to do it after sit-ups. We just sort of like
oh
push,
no! Oh God! Your poor tortured childhood. I just keep hearing more and more about what you've been through. I was I figure
you would have been fine. You would have had a weight class all to yourself. There was nobody there.
And a gender all to myself. How many female wrestlers did you have at your school?
In college, I had a national champ on my team.
Ooh, wow.
She was Melissa. She was a beast. She was so good.
You think she's listening?
So good. I don't know. Shout out Melissa. She was amazing. She was my wrestling partner for a while, and she was tough. But we had a couple of people who had to wrestle girls. It was always sort of a dicey thing, but in my opinion, and again, you can
dudes
edit
wrestling
this out.
girls because there were no females to compete.
Right. So the girls would wrestle the guys.
Yeah.
She was Melissa. They had like women's nationals or whatever, and she won women's nationals. She didn't win open men and women's nationals because that didn't exist. But in my opinion, I always felt everybody felt weird about wrestling girls, and I didn't know what to do, so I would just kick the absolute snot out of these poor girls, and I'm like, I don't know, it was odd.
I would rather that, honestly.
We had I used to work out at Harvard. I used to work out at Harvard all the time, so we'd have people coming in and out. And one time, this girl was like, "Yo, what's up? You want to go?" And I was like, "Yes." And so we went pretty hard. And
I'd be mad if you pulled punches on me. Like, come on.
I didn't. I felt bad about it, but I was a sophomore. Like, what are you gonna do? I didn't know any better. I didn't.
Well, you never do. Like, if we're trying to take shots for shot, you'll just keep drinking. Like, it's not like you'll hold back because of me. I'll just lose.
Right. I'll just meet you at the end. And
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
good job,
Everybody
baby.
just do your best, and then we'll all see each other there.
All right. I feel fully recovered. You want to go review the results?
Sure.
All right. We're going to go back to the other video on this channel to see what this beer, the CBD beer, did to us. And
I'm feeling good. Spoilers.
Shh, don't. All right. Thank you for sticking around. If you are on Apple Podcasts, go rate and review. If you're on Apple Podcasts, go back to the YouTube video because we did a lot of visuals. You got to see me do
We were very
pistol
excited.
squat.
This is our first time in person
really
in over
great.
5 years.
You know what's really cool? The sunset throughout this whole thing. Like, you were in shadow now. We had a full...
Look like Two-Face.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right. And we will see you next week, Fitheads.